weather. It just seems like it's constantly raining. If it's not raining, then it's some kind of storm or snowing, or the snow is coming at a time when it shouldn't snow. And so, stay with me until the end and let us discuss what the rain is really like. And so when I talk about rain, many times I talk about hurricanes. And if you've been with me from the beginning, you will know, and you would have heard me say that when a hurricane comes through, do you know what happens? Most of the time when there's a hurricane, it comes in and it destroys a lot of things. The trees fall, and maybe like the pieces of the roof gets blown away. We lose a lot of patio furniture on the outside, and I'm talking about like first world problems here, patio furniture and roof on your head and things like that, because there are many places where they don't even have that. Maybe they might have zinc on the top of their roof, or they may have like little gardens outside, or even a farm, and that's their way of living. And the hurricane, and it destroys a lot of things. So what I would tell you to do, or encourage you to do, is what I should say, because you don't have to do anything, is prepare before the storm. And many times these storms come and we're not prepared. And what the storm does is that when it does appear, it blows away all of those things that are unstable. And when there is instability, you're going to have to start over from scratch. So whether you're building a business, whether it's your family and you did not prepare them from the beginning, you did not train them properly or the way that they should go, you know that as your children mature, as we get older and we become adults, different things like that, if we're not prepared for that next stage in life, the storm will come and then it will blow away everything from under us. Do we really want that to happen? No. So many times on this channel, of course, this is Mother Motivated. If this is resonating with you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And what I really want to say is that in motherhood, there are many times that we have storms. And in these storms, we sometimes, we fall down and then we don't know what to do. And if you watch my prior videos, it's like, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Many times, I say, yes, pray, but then you walk and then allow the Lord to lead your footsteps. If you're on here, definitely say hi. And so when you don't know what to do, you start there. You're taking the first steps. Hey, Teresa, how are you? So as you're taking those steps, hi, David, how are you? Glad to see you here. And let me know what you know about storms and how those storms tend to affect you. And what do you know about storms? And how can you apply it to reality, to the real life that we live? And I always say that these storms, they come, if you're not prepared, they blow away a lot. But you know what happens after a storm? The sun comes out. And if you were prepared, and if you were strong enough, hi, how are you? I can't read in that language, but maybe later on I will do a translation. So after the storm, the sun comes out. So when it comes up to your families, if you prepared them well, when there's disaster or things happen, they are mentally prepared, spiritually prepared, they are physically prepared. That's like when we cook dinner, or we are buying food at the grocery store. We don't just buy anything. So we're prepping our family to have good health, so that later on when they become older, you have a healthy family and you will have those to be around with you for a longer period of time, because you have prepped and prepared their bodies to be that much better. And so as I come on here quickly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when I go live. I've been doing this this is day 2 of doing it early in the day, and I want to say thank you for coming on. And we talk about all things motherhood. And in motherhood, I just wanted to let you know that I have a mother motivated method which talks about support. A lot of times moms don't know what they need, and all they really need is support. Because a lot of times we know what to do. We're the nurses, we're the moms. We are basically everything to our children, to our families. Because a lot of times moms, we equip ourselves. I talk about the Proverbs 31 woman, and she was equipped that she could teach her son, a king. And we treat our children like kings and queens. Why? Because we want to train them in the way they should go, as the word says. And it makes it harder for them to depart. And this is why those who have money, when they train their children, they grow up to also having money because they learn the concepts. They learn how to think. They learn how to walk the walk and talk the talk. And it's the same thing in motherhood. Hi, Naki. How are you? And, I often wonder, not really wonder, but, I realize that sometimes we struggle in motherhood and in our families is because the preparation that should have gone in from before, we didn't do it. And sometimes we just don't know. So we have to take it from a different point of view or a different step or angle. And so I want you to drop in the comments and tell me what has been going on in motherhood, or what have you been hearing, seeing, hearing about, and let's discuss it, because, I want to bring these issues up in my lives, of course. And I'm glad you're doing very well, Naki. And I want to bring you the information that you want to hear about. What kind of struggles are moms going through? What kind of issues are they coming upon? And let's discuss them. Because I really do believe there's so many things going on. And sometimes moms themselves, they don't know what those things are. But from those who are onlookers, we can actually see what is going on in someone's life. Because sometimes we don't really take the time to look into a mirror when really and truly we should. And once we start looking in the mirror, we're asking our family, we're asking our friends, what is it that they see? And many times we say, Lord, help me to see me the way that you see me, because sometimes we don't see ourselves. And we don't see ourselves struggling with certain things. So when we ask our children, ask our parents, our friends and families, what they're seeing. Of course, you can ask specific questions, but you will get answers with things that you can actually work on. And this way, it will lead you and guide you closer and closer to what is it that I really need to do? What is it that I'm really struggling with? Because sometimes people see it even when we can't. And so asking questions is a really good thing, except if you're asking to your teenage child, of course. Because, our teenage children, of course, they have minds of their own. And they like to do their own things. But that's just the teenage stage. And when they become teenagers, let me just tell you, a lot of times it's better to listen more than it is to just ask questions. Because even if they have an issue that they're going through, sometimes they self-correct. Because we have to remember that our teenage children, they're a little bit older. They're not toddlers anymore. They're not tiny tots. And they can actually think and reason a little bit better. They're not adults, so they definitely need direction. Thank you so much, Naki. They need direction, but they can also process much better than little children. And in the processing, you allow them to do so. And so this is why sometimes we have a little bit of difficulty with our teenagers. Don't get me wrong. I have my struggles, and with my teenagers, it's more of like, hey, so how's the day going? And, leave that silence there and allow them to answer however they would like to answer. You can even ask them, hey, would you like for me to listen? And as you're listening, they will speak. If you have that great relationship with your children, they will speak. And many times you don't even have to ask certain things. Just listen to them. And I'm speaking to myself because, working with children, of course, I have to learn to listen. as well. Tell me how the listening has gone for you. What have you seen in, motherhood, all over the world, with your family, with your friends, and just in life? Let's talk about it. Once again, this is Mother Motivated. If this resonates with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on. And don't forget to share this channel, because I want to hear about what's going on all over the world in motherhood. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I want the best for you all. You go out there and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.